Hi, my name is Albert with Mainland Cycle Center, and today I want to show you a 2014 Arctic Cat 700 MudPro LTD. And I guess we can still call this an LTD. It's really just a MudPro, I think. We used to have two models of the MudPro 700s, an LTD model and a non-LTD. They dropped the non-LTD model, so technically I don't think it's necessary to call this an LTD. But anyway, 700cc, fuel injected. The MudPro comes with, what makes this a MudPro is that it has snorkeled air intake, so your air intake for the motor and for the torque converter and the exhaust for the torque converter is all snorkeled right up here. There's a little hole right in here, and that's where that air is intaked and exhausted. Excuse me. So that's part of what makes these a MudPro, makes them able to go in the deep stuff. And then you also have more ground clearance than a regular Arctic Cat ATV. It has 14 inches of ground clearance on these, so lots and lots of ground clearance, and so tons of ground clearance on these. And then also Arctic Cat re-gears the transmission for these larger tires. It comes with 28-inch Maxxis Zilla tires on 14-inch rims, and they re-gear the transmission for these larger tires. So this 700 is not going to have the same top speed that a regular 700 non-MudPro from Arctic Cat would have, because it's been geared down, and that makes the drive shafts, differentials, everything holds up better without with that reduced gearing with the larger tires. So it's a really good thing. These things still run good. They have plenty of power, plenty of speed, plenty of performance for what you want to do out on the trail. Hydraulic disc brakes, front and rear, stainless braided brake lines. Now the LTD, we were talking briefly about the LTD. The LTD part of this is that it comes with bumpers, front and rear. Nice big front bumper on it. And then it also has the winch on it, factory installed winch. Roller fair lead, 3,000 pound factory installed winch. And you've got your factory winch controls right up here on the handlebar. So here's your winch in and out, really nice. And then these also have power steering. Now, if you haven't ridden an ATV with power steering, the power steering is just fantastic. It really, really does well. So here's your power steering motor right back here. These are liquid cooled, so you've got a radiator in the front. There's a look at your motor while we're under here. It's got a spin-on oil filter, so there's your oil filter. But you can see this going up to the snorkel there, this piping going up to the factory snorkel. But really good. Let's see, what else? Painted finish. This is a great looking red. I don't think we've had red for a couple of years, but I like the red. Really looks good. Red and black is one of my favorite color combinations. Automatic transmission, low, high, neutral, and reverse. You do have park in the transmission, plus you've got a parking brake right up here. Hold that brake on. Digital instrumentation, speedometer, clock, odometer, trip meter, all that good stuff. Selectable two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and then you have a locking front differential, and you can shift on the fly on these Arctic Cats. You can shift from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive on the fly, which is fantastic. Great, good-sized storage compartment right here. Again, fantastic. Full floorboards. I do like the fact the Arctic Cats have these side panels on them, keep some of that heat away from the rider, and maybe keeps that a little cleaner, maybe not. But just a great looking four-wheeler. These really run well. If you want a four-wheeler to go play in the mud, ride at some of the off-road parks, the MudPros are hard to beat. It's hard to beat everything you get for this money in a MudPro, and they really do well. I own one of these personally, and it's a lot of fun. It really drives great. So anyway, that's a look at the 2014 Arctic Cat MudPro 700. We are Mainland Cycle Center. We're located in LaMarque, Texas. We're about 30 minutes outside of Houston, Texas, just off of I-45 here in LaMarque. You can find us online at mainlandcyclecenter.com. You can give us a call at 409-948-4969. Give us a call, shoot us an email, or even better, come by and see us in person here at Mainland Cycle Center, where we'd love to help any way that we can. Thanks for watching.